No, that was a great opener for a very excited crowd, and we always talk about how we know what opening day is like here, and then you get in the middle of it, and you just get reminded how special it is. And talking to a Hazel Baker as he comes out of that truck and listening to the crowd, and it's just such a unique deal. And then to be able to respond like the guys did, it's just a real good first day all the way around.
Did Hazel Baker, when he got out of the truck, say he was going to have a trouble in 4 hits?
No, he didn't say that, but you could just tell. I mean, what he and a couple of these guys who've never been here before, what they're experiencing now is just it's unique, and something I know they're not taking for granted. Just watching how they're responding, just kind of eyes wide open, looking around, and I think pinching themselves sometimes. But when they get in the box and they get on the field and they just compete, and that's why it's been fun to watch. But what a day all the way through. The way the guys went about their at bats, just everything that we needed, and Michael hit his stride, and hopefully that's something we can watch him replicate here for a while. But that was as good as we've seen him in a while.
Do you think that's infectious, what you're talking about, what you see from him, not just at play, but
Yeah, I think that can be. I got to tell you, in an atmosphere like we had today, I don't think you need much infection from the young guys. I think it's electric, and you see the veterans too coming through. Holly getting us going with the big, knocking the run in, and Yachty coming up, and just good at bats all the way through. I think, especially when you're struggling a little bit, you need some sort of bump, and the young guys can give that, but you don't need a bump on opening day in St. Louis.
What do you think it was about Walker that he was hitting straight today?
He and Derek Lilliquist and Yachty really started focusing as he got out of that first inning about establishing the bottom of the zone again, and it just makes sense every time he gets out there and finds a fastball on the bottom. You're seeing better change-ups. You're seeing different reactions to the hook. He had a couple fastballs that got up in the zone. Those are the only ones that really got hit hard. But when he was down and he controlled the bottom, everything else just kind of fell in place. It's been that way since he first got here. It's just easy to talk about. It's hard to produce, but he found his rhythm. Everything just really came out real nice today.
Mike just talked about all the called strike threes that he had that really freezing hitters there to play.
Same thing. I mean, you're working the corners in the bottom of the zone, and he has tilt, and because his release point's so high, it looks different than a lot of other pitchers. We've talked about that really since the first time we saw him in spring training throw a live session. Hitters were reacting. They were, we were telling them it was strike and it was bottom of the zone, and they were swearing that the ball was low. It's a deceptive look because he has such angle on the ball. But when he hits it, it's hard because it's in and out of the zone so fast. It's hard to square up. And it's hard to swing at sometimes.
Did you see today as a continuation for Randall, kind of a positive?
Yeah, it was good to have, obviously with the big breaking ball too, and an RBI double to get him going. And then you saw late in the game too, he didn't try to do too much. He took a cutter out over the plate and drove it the other way, and had a couple nice at bats too. What's he been on base, like 7 of the last 8 times? I mean, to go from where he was and then finding ways just to be productive and figure out a way to just pick up the ball a little better. Great strides and he's worked his way through this, and hopefully that's something he learns from for the long haul. Yeah, Diaz had a great day, and you could point out a bunch of guys in that lineup today that really did some special things, but when you take 2 guys who've never played on this field before and throw them in that kind of environment and then have them produce like they did, it's something I'm sure they'll never forget. I know we won't.
The glove work from Diaz something that is more of the norm we just haven't gotten to see yet from what you've heard? Or that was a pretty nice play to get up there.
Yeah, that was a great play. And Colton being there also to field the throw. And, even that play in the 9th was a much tougher play than what it looked like. He had to smother that ball, and he came up nice. I think he's just in the process of starting to feel comfortable out there too. I mean, this is a lot to throw on a young player, but he keeps responding. Obviously, maybe having some success at the plate frees you up to be yourself in the field as well. But I know he wants to and demands from himself to be a complete player.
Yachty with the stolen base in the first?
Yeah, crowd loved it. Yeah, we did too. but he's just a smart player. Just the instincts are amazing, and once again, all the little things he does behind the scenes, helping Michael get to the bottom of the zone. I mean, that's a game changer. And then he's always looking for an edge, and that's what separates him from a lot of players.
Mike, going back to the intros, from your perspective, were you able to see? It looked like a lot of the guys actually were taking the moment to have an extra handshake or even man hug or whatever, exchange some words with the Red Jackets as they were coming through. It wasn't just a, hey, how you doing? I got to get in line.
That wasn't anything scripted. How we handled our legends. I think a lot of them know them personally, and we've been able to spend time around them, and I think that makes a difference for how you interact with them. And I think there's no hurry to get through that, and to be able to, some of them first time they maybe met Bob Gibson and Lou Brock, and it's pretty special. So it was good to see everybody there, especially obviously with Lou. What a great story that is, and just to see him and to be able to for him to be a part of today made it even that much better.
Mike, you're a background in hockey. You heard the phrase high motor players.
Yeah.
Do you think Hazelbaker's that kind of guy? Just while you're playing, can he keep up? Can he have a high RPM like that?
Yeah, I think that's all we've seen. So I don't expect to see anything different. And basically, our message to him is just keep doing what you're doing. Play the game the way that you're playing it. That's why he made this team out of spring when, obviously we didn't have intentions of him being around here. And he earned it. There was nothing given to this kid, and he's continuing to earn the playing time. And he's fun to watch, just doing all the little things right. But he's a student too. I mean, there's little things that we're picking up, whether it's positioning or things defensively that we think he can get a little better on, and he wants to learn. So you take talent and that kind of capacity to keep getting better. That's a great mix to have.
You keep putting him out there until he cools off.
I like watching him. So there's a good chance you're going to see him in there.